Welcome to Nintendo Ninja News. I'm your host Chris Tysis, and this is an NNN show. Now, I'm going to be blunt with everyone. It's been a pretty rough 2019 for myself. As you can tell, that videos have been a bit quite random. You know, you'll see a whole bunch of videos, then I'll disappear for a week, and then I've done some live streaming with Pokemon Yellow, and then I disappeared again. And it's been really tough. And there's been a lot of financial issues here and there I've been trying to deal with. And just when, and it's to be honest, it's actually been a theme this year. Just when I'm coming over the hill and things are getting better for me, then something goes wrong, and then things get worse for me. So, just when things are getting better, something goes wrong. And one of the things that went wrong was my iPhone, which is like my access to YouTube online when I'm out and about and dealing with people and life in general and job hunting and all that sort of stuff, died on me. Like completely died. This thing, it's useless. Completely useless. After 4 years, sorry iPhone, but it's always a bad time when your phone dies. And it nearly literally sent me off the edge mentally because, as you know, I deal with depression and anxiety and things like that. And losing a phone that you bought for like $1,000 4 years ago is pretty devastating. But it was over 4 years old, and I had a lot of good use out of it. We've gone to conventions and things like that, and it was just a really, really bad timing. So I got this nice new phone, which is very nice. If I can actually show it to people, and it's like a bit of a copycat type thing, which is cool. And it's a nice little phone. Had to spend 250 for it. It's just like, oh no. And I can't afford to pay for those things. But if I got a cheaper phone, I knew I wouldn't have been happy. I would have been more depressed. I wouldn't be able to do the YouTube work, and life would have been much worse for me. So I had to loan a couple things out and rearrange my budget and take off time from doing videos and things like that. And it's been a really rough year in terms of trying to get on top of things, but more crap comes into my life that I have to deal with. So everything gets pushed and delayed. And that's what's been happening with the local Nintendo group, which our first meetup has been delayed from, it was going to happen in 3 days, but now it's going to be happening at the end of June, which is a real shame, a real upsetting shame. And that's been a bit tough too, but I think I may be able to get the um, get things rolling a bit more with the online group and things like that. So it's just been really tough. Now, oddly enough, I will probably review this new phone for the channel because that would be okay. The Opie or Opa, I don't know how to say it. A 73, and it's a good phone at the moment. I'm happy with it. It does all the jobs, but it feels very weird to go from iOS to Android. So that's something I'll talk about in a review of it later on. But it has been a really tough month in terms of trying to deal with my anxiety issues, which I don't know, as I'm getting older, I'm getting more and more riddled with anxiety issues. Maybe my 20s, when you feel like you're a bit invincible and you can do anything, you're in your 30s. I don't know, I feel a bit more vulnerable nowadays, and it makes it tough for me to do things. And it's been a bit rough. So, what I'm trying to do is try to get back on top of things and trying to work it out. So, I've spent some time doing that. And so the game plan is a couple of weeks' time. I'm going to be doing game streams back again, and they will be staying back for good. Fingers crossed. Hope to God that the fridge or the TV doesn't break down because they're technically the two oldest items in my household. Everything's sort of been changed or updated in the last few years due to moving house and stuff like that. So that's been good. And then in a month or 6 weeks' time, we'll start doing Switch gameplay capture stuff. But I'll be doing retro game recordings and that because I like doing the retro games and gives me an opportunity to go back and do things like that. You know, looking at old games and playing around and mucking around with that sort of stuff. So it's been a pretty rough time, and I wish that this was a YouTube channel where I could make money from, or even a couple $100 a month would probably be a life changer for me. But unfortunately, we don't have enough subs, and we don't have anywhere near the watch time to do anything like that, which is a shame. Um, what's the other piece of news that's happening in my life? Whisker's good. He's happy. He's just staring at me. He's pretty new. Oh, now he thinks he wants cut. Now he thinks that, oh, I want cuddles now. Another few more minutes, Whisk. So he's fine. Um, I think the game plan for what's happening for the channel, apart from game capture stuff, is next month is E3, which is pretty exciting. I can't believe it's crept up on me that quickly. I think this year's flown by really quick. So we can do E3 next month, which is great. And then the beginning of August is GammaCon, which is the gaming convention down here at Canberra, which is great. So that will be happening in 2 or 3 months, actually. Yeah, 3 months' time, I would say. So that would be June, July. Yeah, 3 months' time. We've still got time to work out that. But it's good to be back doing videos again. I'll be keeping up with that because I got to keep the views going and all that sort of stuff. And plus, we are sitting on 955 subs, which is a good thing. Very proud and happy that people are still subscribing to me, even if I haven't made a video in a week or so. So it's very nice to see that sort of thing, and I'm happy to see that sort of support. Um, you know, it's been tough this year, but I'm hoping that this year is more of a rebuilding year for me in my life. And next year, 2020, you know, new decade, new start. It's not really a new start, but it's just, you know, making sure that I've got everything organized in my life and I can try to do things a bit better. Some things I've slacked off on, some things have been mental health related. So there's a mix of different reasons why things have not worked out this year. Um, but hopefully people will stick by me on the journey. If you've stuck by me for a few years, it's very nice. And we'll keep going. We'll keep going with reviews and gameplay footage and playing games online, which is cool. And one of the other things too, which I might put in the a pinned comments, I'll pin it to the comments section, is that we do have a Facebook group. Not a Facebook. We do have a Facebook group, but a Facebook page that I've made up to just stream games. Because what I've noticed is I can do things such as Pokemon Yellow, but I can't be streaming days. I can't be streaming games every day on the channel because it would look like it's spamming too much. And plus, we do a lot of pre-recorded videos. I think it would just be too much. So when I feel like playing random games or multiplayer games like, you know, Smash Brothers or Fortnite or Splatoon 2, then I will just hop on the Nitty Ninja Gaming page, what it's called, and I'll be able to do that. You can hop on and say hello, and we can chat together on Facebook. So it just makes life a little easier for me. The other interesting thing too is the barrier to get into their Facebook gaming program, where I could make a couple dollars per month. The barrier to that compared to YouTube is much, much lower. So you only need to stream something like 4 hours a month, be streaming 2 or 3 days a month, and you need to get 100 followers. And I've already gotten 25, which is pretty good. We're already a quarter of the way there. So it's not like you have to get 240,000 watch minutes. You've got to get 1,000 subs, and maybe you get a few dollars here and there. So the barrier is much lower, and I'm just thinking maybe there's a way to make this work. There might be an opportunity to earn, even a few dollars a month, which will be helpful to, for my life personally. And maybe we buy a game or two, and we'll see how that goes. But we'll put that in the pinned comments. But I don't know. Like, I can't promise that this timeline will be altered or changed or delayed, because it's just been one of those years where I've been pretty stressed out, and it hasn't really worked out to be the great year that I thought it would be. I thought moving here would be really cool and great, but I've dealt with things like loneliness and anxiety and sort of being far away from places and things like that. It's been a bit of a difficult moment for me, but hopefully things will get better. I don't know when and I don't know how. So, but we'll see what happens. I'm rambling on. I know I'm yapping, but I'm just trying to get everything out to explain myself. So I think I have ran out of things to say. So do stick around. Do watch the Pokemon Yellow playthroughs. And also, too, if you do join the Facebook page, there are two videos of me playing Super Mario Kart where I'm very cheery and happy and borderline abusive to myself. And then there's also a video of Earthbound, me starting off the game and playing that sort of series. So I might upload those videos to YouTube. So that could be a possibility where, if the YouTube channel is a bit quiet and there's not much Nintendo news, and I can rip out a bit of gameplay footage from the Facebook page and throw it into the YouTube channel for those people who mainly only stick to YouTube or other social media type stuff. So I guess that's all I've got to say. So that is it for me, and I shall see you later on.